When religion gets angry at healing. What kind of religion gets angry at healing? That sounds strange, but it happened. Jesus experienced it, and I believe we see it today. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick, the Divine Scribe, and the Word is given. This podcast exists because many people believe Jesus is misrepresented. Many look at modern Christianity. They do not see love and mercy. Instead, they see anger. They see fear. They see people using God for power. Today we look at Mark chapter 3, verse 1. The story, Jesus heals on the Sabbath. Jesus entered a synagogue. A man was there. He had a shriveled hand. Some people watched closely, not to learn. They watched for accusation. They wanted to see if Jesus would heal on the Sabbath day. Think about that. A suffering man stood there. Instead of caring, they watched Jesus. They cared more about catching Jesus breaking rules than seeing healing happen. Jesus asked them, "What is lawful on the Sabbath? Do good or evil? Save life or kill?" No one answered him. I probably would have, but I might have got an elbow by a Pharisee. But I would say, do good, save a life. Mark tells us something. Jesus looked around in anger. He was deeply distressed by their stubborn hearts. It tells us something. Jesus could become angry. But what made him angry? Not someone asking questions. Not someone with doubt, not someone who sinned. Jesus became angry when people hardened their hearts by prioritizing rules over human compassion. Then Jesus said, "Stretch out your hand." The man stretched it out. His hand was restored, completely healed. Imagine standing there watching that moment. A man moves his hand after all that time. Wouldn't you feel joy? But not everyone reacted that way. The Pharisees went out. They made plans with the Herodians to kill Jesus. Now, many people don't know who the Herodians were. They were political leaders. They supported King Herod and the Roman government. Think about this. Pharisees were religious. Herodians were political. They did not work together normally. Both felt threatened by Jesus. They joined forces to stop him. Jesus healed a man. Their answer was murder. Plan it and execute it. Even after 2,000 years, that shocks me. Men claimed to be serving God, wanted him dead, because he challenged them. It was their way or the highway. And yes, I believe we see this today. Some Christian leaders turn faith into a weapon. They use fear to control people. They tell us disagreement means you're evil or against God. Some care more about political power than helping hurting people. But when I read this story, I ask, whose example are they following exactly? Because Jesus chose healing over religious rules. Jesus chose compassion over control. When powerful men stood in his way, Jesus did not back down. Later in this chapter, large crowds followed Jesus. People came from many different places. They had heard what he did. The sick pushed forward. They wanted to touch him. The impure spirits saw Jesus, and they fell down before him. They cried out, "You are the Son of God." But Jesus ordered them silent. Don't tell anybody who I am. That raises a question. Why would Jesus silence them? Here's something interesting. In our previous episode, Jesus called himself the Son of Man, but the spirits called him the Son of God. So why tell them to stay quiet? Maybe Jesus didn't want impure spirits speaking for him. Maybe he didn't want others deciding his mission. Or maybe the time wasn't right yet for everyone to understand. Now here's where history helps us. Ancient history, that is. Son of Man appears in the book of Daniel. It's important in the book of Enoch. In Enoch, a figure is called the Son of Man, also called the Chosen One, the Righteous One. He sits on a throne of glory. He takes part in God's judgment. When Jesus called himself the Son of Man, ancient Jewish people understood deeply. They heard a powerful statement about his identity. They connected him to something ancient, sacred, and holy. Most Western Christian Bibles don't include Enoch, but the Ethiopian Christian Church preserved it as sacred scripture. These ancient writings help us understand the world Jesus lived in and what people heard when he spoke. But here's what seems clear today. Jesus saw a suffering man. He chose to help him. Religious leaders saw that same suffering man. They watched for a broken rule. Jesus brought healing. They planned for death. That should make us think. When our beliefs make us less loving, less merciful, less concerned about hurting people, we should ask whether we follow Jesus or merely protect our traditions and power. I want to hear what you think. Why did Jesus silence the impure spirits? Do you believe Jesus, or do you believe the religious leaders? Do you believe they repeat this today? You can disagree completely. I only ask for respect between us. If you found meaning here, please like and subscribe. I'm Rick, the Divine Scribe, and the Word is given. See you next time.